Good morning, you guys. Welcome back to the channel, or if you're new here, hello and welcome. My name is Urvi. Today is Tuesday morning. I'm coming off of another long weekend. We had the Monday off. Drinking my coffee this morning, and I thought about filming what I do for work, and obviously not giving you all the details because some of it is confidential, but what I do for work as a senior digital marketing manager for a luxury fashion brand in New York City. I made one of these videos, but I was at my previous job, I was doing a lot of similar things, but then in my now job, I'm in a much more senior position, and so that entails making more strategic decisions. So I thought it'd be interesting to share that with you guys. Obviously, I wanted this to be like a full week. Yesterday was a holiday, but I'll still try to do Tuesday through Friday, show you what I do in my day-to-day. So as an introduction, I work for a luxury fashion brand in New York City. My office is in Tribeca. My title is Senior Manager, Digital Marketing and Analytics. Work a hybrid schedule, so I'm in office 3 days a week and remote 2 days a week. My job is essentially just managing our entire performance marketing channel mix, which includes Facebook ads, Google ads, Bing ads, which is Microsoft obviously, and then display ads. And then I also manage independently the entire affiliate marketing channel. One of the things that I've been able to do that I'm really proud of is in the last year grow the affiliate channel by about 5%, which is a pretty significant growth in the span of a year. This is the first role where I have kind of gotten deep into affiliate marketing. And then apart from that, I do a lot of digital analytics, which means pulling data for not just my performance marketing channels, but for the business in general. Revenue, what's working, what's not working across channels, KPIs associated with that. Digital marketing is very KPI focused. Depending on what your goal is, awareness or conversion, there's different KPIs we look at. My job is also very analytical, where I'm always evaluating what we did, how it performed, and how that's impacting revenue, and whether or not we're on track to meet our business targets. I do work at a small fashion brand, and working at a smaller brand means the roles sometimes are not very defined and lines can get blurred, and you end up doing a lot of things that are not officially part of your job description, or your job description is constantly evolving. First, if you work at a large brand, then your role is very siloed and you do what you do. Every now and then I will also end up doing a little bit of organic social, a little bit of influencer strategy, a little bit of public relations, e-commerce, website management, all of that. So at this role, I've actually been able to learn a lot because the entire team has been so cross-functional. I've been able to learn so much about what I didn't know with regards to website management, e-commerce, Shopify, etc., etc. I think that's a pretty good background. If you guys have any specific questions, obviously leave them in the comments. Let's get into it. It has been a long weekend, so I'm sure there's going to be a lot of emails. I always start the week with checking emails. I do not like to have unread emails sitting in my inbox. So for the first hour, I'm just going to respond to my emails. Let's get to it. Just finished responding to priority emails and some continual email threads that kind of go on that you have to do little things to follow up on. Start of every week, I will also collate performance from all the 4 marketing platforms that I manage. The affiliate platform, and then from Google Analytics, which is the tracking platform that most, if not all, marketers use for tracking last click revenue, which just means it shows you through UTM tracking parameters what exactly in terms of revenue on your website are your channels driving. Collate this for every channel, but then focus specifically on performance marketing channels to see how performance was in the week prior. This is important to know coming into a new week every week, because I want to understand what was our return on ad spend, which basically means how much revenue did we drive every dollar spent, and that is also the biggest focus metric for me this year. My goal is to hit a certain profitability goal, so obviously that's tied to a ROAS goal, and so I will focus in on what the metrics were, and if revenue was lower compared to the weeks prior and like a trending average, which I'm aware of because I'm very deep in the data every day, then I'll look into exactly what campaigns have been driving that. We also work with an external agency who I manage on all of the media buying for all the channels, so they kind of are inside all the platforms, creating ads, bidding, search terms in Google AdWords, etc. And then I work with them very closely on monitoring performance, making sure they're on track to hit our business goals, strategizing with them. So if I see that something is not working, I will talk to the agency, see what we did last week, see what we can improve, just like a brainstorm. We also have a standing weekly meeting with them on Wednesdays to discuss performance in depth, but I like to be completely in the weeds and know everything that happened by Monday. So in case questions come up and in case I have any questions, I'm going into those meetings prepared, and also I have answers to give to leadership because I've worked very closely with leadership in my role right now. We did transition to a new agency about 2 months ago or 2.5 months ago now. So there is initial like starting trouble on reporting and performance. Certain campaigns are being restructured. Every time you make agency transfers, each agency has their own best practices that they like to implement when they take over from a previous agency. Brands don't always work with external agencies. Sometimes the media buying is done in-house, but I have always worked with external performance marketing agencies, and in my experience, it's better when you have like large budgets too, because they come with a lot of experience. They're in the weeds of all the channels. They work with several other clients, so they have insights from different testing and learning from different partners. I could keep all this super high level, but I'm going a little bit in depth because I actually want you to know what digital marketing entails, rooted in data, looking at campaigns, etc. So if something is too in-depth, feel free to skip forward. I have a couple of different reports I pull. I pull a weekly report for all of my performance marketing channels. I pull an acquisition report, which basically tells me how many orders came from new customers versus returning customers, and then I like to tie that back in with our marketing spend, because a lot of our marketing spend is broken out to acquisition or awareness campaigns, and then the rest of it is retention and retargeting. Acquisition and awareness is basically the kind of campaigns that put your ads in front of people that don't know you or have not seen you or have just visited your site but have not bought anything or converted. So when I see, let's say, increase in marketing spend specifically on awareness, I will try to correlate that with, did we get new customer orders in the week that our acquisition spend was up? Did we see a decline? How are we doing compared to last year? And then the other metrics I also pull is just overall business revenue, gross revenue, net revenue after shipping, taxes, returns. And then we obviously as a business have a net revenue goal that is broken out by day, week, month, year, quarter. So I will pull all the numbers for last week, months to date, year to date, and then compare that to our goal and what needs to be done to be heading in the right direction. I'm going to keep this video super conversational. I cannot actually show you guys any of the metrics because obviously that's all confidential data, but I'm hoping that by kind of explaining very in detail, you guys will sort of get an idea. For the next hour or two, I'm going to be pulling all the data that I just talked to you guys through.
Hey Ruby, how are you?
Hi. Good, how are you?
How are you? Good, very good. There's a bit of, okay, I was gonna say there's an echo, but it went away.
Email come through on calculation of CAC and UTMs. Meeting with our agency tomorrow, so I'll work with them on getting those UTMs added.
Over those retention KPIs.
My day got a little bit out of hand because of meetings and just reporting and data, but right now it's 3 p.m. I did just take a lunch break and now I'm getting back to work. We're launching a new collection on Saturday this week, so in preparation of that, I worked with my graphic designer and art director on assets to promote the collection on paid social, which is the ads that you see on Facebook and Instagram. We picked out the images based on what products are priority to promote, what products have like a larger buy, which just means that buying will buy certain units, or let's say they buy 50 units of one jacket and 100 units of the other, and then 250 of another top or pant or whatever. The bigger buy is a 250 pant, and that means that that's our priority product to push. And so we try to incorporate priority products and images for the priority products within the ads. I have the assets ready. What I need to do now is put them in a spreadsheet, write down ad copy, write down CTA, which is the call to action, add in landing page links, and then once that's complete, share it to the agency. I have my AC on, so if you hear like background noise, I'm sorry. It's just getting to be really, really hot in New York. Finished my work day. My last task of the day was checking how one of the ads we'd launched was performing. So for context, as I said, we're launching pre-fall collection this Saturday. 2 weeks ago, we'd launched an ad to promote email and SMS signups for the pre-fall launch early access. We've been trying to test these kinds of ads to see if they lead to lead generation, which means we're trying to grow our email and SMS subscriber list and trying different ways of how we can improve that. I really just noticed that based on the budget we were sending, we've driven like very, very few signups. So then I reached out to the agency and asked them to pause the ad because based on the performance, I don't want to be spending any more money on that ad. So at this point, I'm pretty exhausted because today was a lot of catching up, obviously coming from a long weekend, but it was also very performance and data heavy. Obviously tomorrow I'll be going into the office. I'm so glad that this is a 4-day week because honestly I love 3-day weekends. Like there's nothing better. Anyway, I have a solid core class in about 2 hours, so I'm gonna take the next 1 hour or so to decompress, and then I probably have to go get some groceries before I have to head out for my class. So I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Went for a 3-mile run this morning, so I'm definitely running a little bit late for work. I am getting dressed pretty good today because there's a big meeting with the CEO of the company. I'm wearing this full-length cami gown, like it's a silk slip dress. It's from the brand that I work at. And then this blazer on top, also from the brand that I work at. Like I said, a couple of big meetings today. One, the agency that I work with is coming into the office. We're all meeting together in person, and then the CEO is going to be in it too. And then we have a separate meeting with the entire ecom team. Good morning. It's another in-office day. It's Thursday today. So as we get closer to the weekend, I'm getting a little bit more casual. This is my outfit. Denim on denim, classic. This tank, I got this from Amazon for $18 and I've worn it every week, at least twice a week since then. We'll link it. Highly recommend. It's the best white tank I've ever had and it's not see-through. Wearing these straight leg summer wash denim, and then this denim jacket. And like we established yesterday, it's absolutely not possible for me to film in office. It's just there's always too much going on and I don't want to like be whipping my phone out in front of everyone and filming. So when I'm back home today, we'll catch up. I'll tell you what I did. Okay, it's Thursday evening. I just got back from work. I'll just like talk you through what I did yesterday and today. So obviously yesterday was my first day back in the office after the long weekend. 3 big highlights of my day yesterday. I'm looking here at my notes. Every Wednesday, I have a call with the agency performance from the week prior, optimization, A/B testing, what's running currently in testing, how it's performing. Those calls always tend to get really nutty because there's always so much to catch up on and so much to talk through. Apart from that meeting, we also had a pretty big meeting with the CEO. She is the CEO as well as the creative director and designer of the brand, which is really cool. I think that's one of my favorite parts about the brand. Like she started the brand 20 years ago and she's still pretty much involved with every aspect of the brand. Yesterday we had our weekly meeting with her where we kind of walk her through our respective areas on the e-commerce team. Like the team walks her through what everyone was up to in the past week, outstanding projects, what's upcoming, what we need her help with. And those meetings are pretty big, so we have to prepare for that. We make a deck for that. Other than that, it was answering emails. And then today, Thursday, was a pretty chill day. Didn't have a lot, but then also had one interesting meeting with Meta. So Meta and Google are where our majority of the ad spend goes on the paid media side. With Google, we have a meeting every 2 weeks. With Meta, we have one every 3 weeks to 4 weeks. Basically, we have reps at Meta and Google that support our brand, and so in these meetings it'll be me, the Meta rep, and the agency person that's managing Meta or Google, and we kind of come together, and the Meta reps brings obviously their own insight on what's new with the platform, things in performance marketing, and these platforms are always changing. And then they also bring ideas based on what we've been testing, and obviously the agency is a lot more involved with the technical side of things, so they bring their own questions that they can ask the Meta reps on, for example, how do we optimize our budget better, or what kind of creative testing can we do. So that was a very interesting call. I actually really like those calls because I get to learn so much. These calls really help me keep my knowledge base up to date on what's going on. Apart from that, we also worked today on a meeting with our feed management provider. The way I can explain it best is your site has a back-end feed. Sometimes you would have browsed a product and then you're on another site and then that product listing pops up or an ad pops up. Those ads are being pulled through the feed from the site. So we can do a bunch of customizations on the product feeds to show you what we want to show you in terms of, let's say this month my priority is denim. I can pull out from the feed all of the denim products and make an ad set, and then you'll be served that. If you're looking for denim, you'll just be served the denim ad set. Those kinds of things really help with personalizing the ads that we show people, personalizing budget, being able to show videos and images the way we want to show them. We work with a third-party feed provider to make these customizations. So that gets a little bit complicated in VD for me because I'm not super technical with the feed stuff, so it's always nice to be on those calls and also get to learn a lot there. So we actually met with our feed provider to understand how we can pull some of the videos from on site into Meta and use them as a dynamic ad set, if that makes sense. I don't know how much more I can simplify it. Morning, happy Friday. It's the end of the week. Thank you, God. If you work in corporate America, you know what summer Fridays are, but if you don't, basically Memorial Day through Labor Day, a lot of businesses, and not everyone, but a lot will have summer Fridays where the day ends at 1 p.m. So just a half day basically. Sometimes there's blackout dates, which your manager will decide which days you can't have a summer Friday. But point is, today is Summer Friday. It is around 11 a.m. I started my day a little bit late today, which I usually do on Fridays. Don't log in until 10 on Fridays. And then at 10:30 every day we have a team call. So then I just finished that. We catch up on what everyone's doing. It's just a quick stand-up. Sometimes it's not so quick. That's done. I don't have a lot of meetings today, so I'm just going to try to round out my week, finish up some little things that I had kind of started during the week, but then due to meetings kind of got sidetracked and are half done. So I'm gonna try to wrap those up. It's always a little bit hard when there's too many meetings that you get pulled into, because it's just should I work or should I be in meetings? So it's finding that balance. Friday is always a good day to finish up pending things. I have to send out some assets for an affiliate partnership, so I'm gonna do that. I need to put together some ad copy for additional ads that we ended up deciding on Wednesday. And then I have to answer some affiliate emails, onboard 2 new affiliate partners today, and then look at this influencer platform that we're using and try to find some organic content, basically people who've posted us organically, so we can reach out to them. We're trying to build out a discipline in influencer marketing. Right now it's just in its baby stages, trying to understand what the best process is for that. I think by the time I get all of that done, I will be done with my day. I always make it a point to actually close my laptop, turn off email notifications once it's 1 p.m. on Friday, because I don't need nobody bothering me on the weekend. I also turn off all my Slack notifications outside of work hours. Before, I never did that, and it kind of got unhealthy for me, where I'd like constantly keep checking Slack messages, responding no matter what time it was. Then I had dreams about work, and that's just not the best way to live. So we've entered a healthy girl era where we're setting boundaries and people are just gonna have to respect them. So yeah, happy Friday, you guys. I wanted to keep this video informational where you were actually getting some value out of it. So I hope you did. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Have a great weekend or whatever day you're watching this. Thank you so much for being here.